Welcome to South Asian Environment Dialogue. This is a program being brought on by the Climate Channel in Canada in collaboration with the Plurals India and as well as with the major Bangladeshi YouTube channel, No Bangla. In this program, we discuss issues on environment and climate change and related developmental sector as happening in South Asia. We know that South Asia is an important cog in the wheel globally, and there are a lot of environmental and climate issues there. And many of the issues are common, but hardly we get an opportunity in South Asia to talk the issues together. There are geopolitical issues, there are other issues which prevent us. So this is the platform which give you the kind of power to discuss all these issues together. And today we are going to discuss a very important issue, the arsenic pollution, the cause of arsenic pollution in South Asia. And I was looking at the figure. And as per the figure available in public domain, I find that the total number of people right now globally being exposed to the risk of arsenic pollution is 500 million. And when you take India, Bangladesh, and Pakistan together, the number goes beyond 300 million. Number almost similar to the population of the United States. In contrast, till when you start this shoot, globally, the number of COVID is around 433 million. And the numbers in India, Bangladesh, and Pakistan is almost one-tenth or likewise of that. I'm not saying that we shouldn't give importance on COVID. It's an extremely important public health issue, and we have to give utmost importance that we are giving right now. But the moot question is, are we discussing arsenic enough? Despite this huge number of people at peril, are we discussing enough? That's the whole question. So we are going to discuss all these issues today, and I have an extremely, I think, wonderful panel to discuss that. Let me introduce the panel to all of you, then we'll start the ball rolling. I have with me Professor Abhijit Mukherjee.
Hello.
Professor Mukherjee is a professor of hydrogeology in IIT Kharagpur, one of the frontline scientists in hydrogeology right now, not only in India, I think globally, has many feathers. If I start talking about that, the time will run out. Welcome, Abhijit, to the show.
Hello.
It's always a pleasure to have you.
Thank you so much.
I have with me, very fortunate to have Professor Prashun Bhattacharya. Professor Bhattacharya is a professor in KTH, Royal Institute of Technology, Sweden. And again, somebody, I think, who is considered a pioneer in arsenic research. I think right now, and UNICEF on a very important program. We'll hear all about that. Welcome, Professor Bhattacharya, to the show.
Thank you very much, Janatu.
Absolute pleasure. We are with me, Dr. Asif Javed. Dr. Asif Javed, I had the opportunity of hosting him before. Dr. Javed is one of the frontline environmental and arsenic expert from Pakistan, being part of many important committees. Welcome, Professor Javed, to the show.
Thank you, Jayantu.
Great.
Nice to see you again.
Absolutely. I have with me Professor Ashok Ghosh. Professor Ghosh is the chairman of Bihar Pollution Control Board, but very unique in the sense, apart from kind of occupying a constitutional post, he's also a very eminent academics. He's the director of a premier institute working on arsenic and cancer. I think Mahavir Institute. So welcome, Dr. Ghosh, to the show. It's wonderful to have you again back.
Thank you, Jayantu. Thank you.
And I have with me Dr. Krithika Sridhar. Dr. Krithika Sridhar, again, is a public health expert. She's from the Public Health Foundation of consume that. So that's something I think. Let very quickly as Professor Bhattacharya to join back. Asif Javed, Dr. Javed, what's the situation? Now WHO has to find out a guideline for the mother's milk on arsenic?
I don't think so, but let me explain something about Pakistan, the situation in Pakistan. Like, for example, we have 5 rivers, Chenab, Jhelum, Sutlej, Ravi. But we have found very high arsenic on the river floodplain of Ravi River. And people are directly exposed. And our second largest city, Lahore, is on Ravi River. So there are many, I cannot quote exactly the figure, how many people are exposed actually. But as Ashok has highlighted a very important issue, so my research was focused basically on arsenic uptake by the rice crop. So people are not directly, people are not only exposed by drinking the arsenic contaminated water, but people are also exposed through the eating rice that is irrigated by the arsenic contaminated water, particularly in soil of the Lahore, which soil has been irrigated by the arsenic contaminated water. So people are children, particularly short-headed people, they are directly exposed to the arsenic, because you have seen in the villages, people and children are there playing in the barren fields. So they are directly exposed to arsenic by ingestion, something like that. And more importantly is that you may have observed that majority of the baby food is made up of arsenic. So if that baby food contains, for example, like 100 microgram per kg of arsenic, let's say for the sake of an argument, if they are made from the arsenic contaminated rice, for instance. So children, babies at very early age, they have a chances to expose to the arsenic directly. So these things needs to be highlighted. But more importantly is that it's not only we discuss about the contaminations and mapping, we need to discuss something about mitigation, about solutions, something like that, because I personally believe we enter into the era of now solution. People are demanding solution. So all those things. So one of the very important method is, something blanket testing of water. Blanket testing means testing each and every well, so that normally in case of arsenic, you may observe that normally safe wells are lies in the walking distance, within the walking distance of unsafe well. So we can give an opportunity to people to extract water from the safer wells and don't use.
So you are
arsenic.
saying that
This is
more testing so that people know
more
which
testing, so that
wells
people-
are being
and more mapping and
contaminated,
all those
which are
things.
not.
More- exactly.
So that's a very important indicator. But you have also mentioned about the baby food,
Yes.
and you have
yes.
mentioned about the kind of the baby food and having some arsenic linkage. So